Hello, everybody. Well, I got through my doctor visit. It wasn't half as bad as I thought it would be. Still stressful, Like I was dragging all day afterwards and just resting and watching a lot of ASMR to calm down and stuff. But it like most things I find in life, and I think most people do as well. What we fear is not as bad as it is in real life. It's never as bad. I mean, my numbers are all good. I'm losing weight. I lost about 50, I think 57 to 58 pounds altogether. My lowest weight was 219. My heaviest weight was 275. So like around like 57, 58 pounds I lost. All my numbers seem to be doing good. The only one that really wasn't great was my thyroid. So they're raising my thyroid. That's just a genetic disorder. Like my whole family has thyroid issues. It could be why a lot of my family members are overweight and whatnot and have diabetes and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it could be related to that. It's just a genetic thing in my family. And then people who aren't diagnosed with it don't know it. They don't know they have that. My sister Tracy didn't know she had a thyroid problem, and all of a sudden, hey, you got a thyroid problem later in life. So everything turned out good. The numbers turned out good. They did an EKG. The first one didn't get like flatlined, so they said we're gonna do it a second time. If this comes out flatlined, we're gonna have to send you to a cardiologist. And I'm like, oh man, I don't need this. So I told him, well, I had put cologne on. I put cologne on my chest. Could that have caused that? And they said, definitely, we're going to do it again, the test. So first they did the second EKG in a bigger room. And they wiped down my chest. And I don't know if I should have done this, but I shaved my chest. I'm very hairy for the EKG, knowing that they're probably going to do it. And it made the thing stick better. I don't know. But so they wiped off my chest with, like, I don't know, rubbing alcohol or something. And the second EKG was better, and it came out good. So my numbers were good on the EKG. My blood work was all good. Everything turned out good, except for the thyroid. The thyroid was a little off, and if I wasn't diabetic, my blood glucose would have been on a high side, but because I'm diabetic, it's in normal range, so that's fine. And when I test myself at home, it's usually on the low side, so in range but low. Like I get 100 and lower, it usually. Sometimes I get a little higher, sometimes I get like 120, 119, 150, somewhere around that range. But normally I get like anywhere from like a 84 to a 100 or something like that in BG. So that's pretty good for a diabetic. I'm in range. I'm doing good there. My weight's doing good. And I really like the doctor. She's compassionate. She's nice. She's easy to talk to. She's talks very, very plainly so you could hear her. She's about my age, very pretty, blonde. I don't know if that really matters in the whole scheme of things, but another thing I like about her, she's energetic. She's really energetic. She's go get them fast. Get the appointment going. So I like that about it. Less nervous about going back to see her. She's not a doctor. She's a. I saw. I don't know how many times I'm going to see her, but I'm seeing the nurse practitioner. And then another thing they did was clean out my ears, which hurt. they both hurt when they did both ears. They just sprayed water into them real fast, and then they drained them. And good thing is I can hear out of my ears. Bad thing is it hurt, and then I got really dizzy afterwards for a long while, and even after a lunch, I was like super dizzy. So I was walking a little unsteadily for a while, feeling like I was gonna fall over. But that went away, and now I just have clear ears, so it's good. My ears have been a problem since I was a little boy, so it wasn't as half as bad as I thought it would be. That being said, I got so emotionally drained from everything, the lead up to it, everything, that I cried when I got back. You know, I cried. I needed my Goofy doll. Me and little Goofy, he cheered me up, and I watched some ASMR, so it was helpful to have an outlet afterwards to relax to. ASMR really helps. It really cheers me up. And if that's all it does, isn't that what counts? It also helps me calm down when I'm upset or angry, or when I'm scared to do something, or when I need to sleep. It's good for sleep. I'm right now watching ASMR Mamie Nyan. I don't. Yeah, that's the name of the channel is Mamie Nyan ASMR. She's from Brazil originally. She has a really cute accent. It's like I really like it. It's relaxing to listen to, and she's just cute as a button. She's really cool. Really nice. In my encounters with her is just super nice. Like all the ASMR artists I follow, they're all super super nice people. I think they just do it for the love of helping people, just to help people through their whatever they're dealing with. They some of them have been through stuff themselves. Some of them had family that went through stuff. Some of them are just very nice, helpful people. Christians, non-Christians alike. I mean, they're all just trying to help. I don't think any of them are bad people. They're just trying to help. And there's a stigma with ASMR. People don't get what it's all about. And really, they're just relaxation videos. That's basically what they are. And it helped me yesterday get through a tough day, even though it wasn't as bad as it initially was. But I guess the build up to it was stressful as well, and it just took a lot out of me. But I'm glad it's over for a while. I got a follow-up visit to my blood work I'm getting for the thyroid. So I'm going to be seeing her in 3 months, so in May. So shouldn't be that bad. It's like a follow-up appointment to the what do you call it? To the thyroid. So they doubled my dose on the one I'm on, and I'm going to be getting a new prescription with the thyroid medication at a higher dose. So I guess based on that, they're going to have me do blood work, see my numbers for it, and go off that. So before then, I will have NFL free agency, the NFL draft. I'm a Giants fan. I laugh because I know how bad of a season they've had. The year before wasn't so bad. We made the playoffs. We beat the Vikings in the first round of the playoffs. Daniel Jones looked like a franchise quarterback. I don't know. If I were the Giants, I would draft the quarterback, or I would get Russell Wilson. That's what I would do. There's one guy everyone's high on. His name is Rattler. I kind of like his name, Rattler. I mean, that is cool. That is super cool. He's like a snake. A rattler snake. A rattlesnake. That's pretty cool. Oh, if he turns out to be a really good quarterback, we got the Rattler, Oh, man, that would be cool. But anyway, so we got that going on. Baseball starting up. Yankees play a spring. I don't even know who they. I think they have the Marlins today. It's not on TV. I live in Florida, I would say we're in the Marlins. Not really. We're on the West Coast to where I live, but we're closer to Tampa. So, but they're not showing the game on TV for whatever reason. So I'm gonna try to get it on the radio. See if it comes on the radio. I don't currently pay for the radio, but they give it to you for free for like I don't know a couple of weeks. We'll see if I get it. If not, I'll get the. I know there's this podcast that covers. They do the thing where you watch the animated data and they show you where the strikes and balls are. I don't know, I think they call it Game Day or something. I might do that. It's NYYU, which is a very good podcast. I don't always agree with them, and that's fine. We all have our opinions, but I'll tell you what I do agree with. The one guy, the main guy on the NYYU, he thinks we should trade for Dylan Cease, and I'm like, yes, get Dylan Cease. I would be for that, or get one of the free agent pitchers, either Montgomery or Snell. That's what I would do. I think the Yankees could use one more pitcher, and they'd be really set up in a nice way to be possibly the favorites to win the whole thing. I don't know. You still have to play the season. You still have to stay healthy. You still have to, do your part. You still have to do good. But that's what I would do. So we got baseball. We got football free agency, the draft. My mom got the NFL network and the MLB network, and I really like to watch the NFL draft on NFL Network. I think it's superior to ESPN. I don't like the announcers on ESPN. I don't like the coverage on ESPN, but the NFL draft on NFL Network is where it's at. I always watch that. I'm glad to have that back. And they also do the MLB draft. I think the first two nights, if I'm not mistaken. At least the first night, but I want to say the first two nights they do. And I like to watch that. It's not as big or as fanfare as the NFL draft, but it's still fun to watch. And I'm glad to have those back. And the MLB Network and the NFL Network both play regular season games. And I know that MLB Network, I think, plays some playoff games as well that you can't get anywhere else. So, like, if I couldn't watch a playoff game, oh man, I would be pissed off, man. My Yankees are in the playoffs and I can't watch them because they're on MLB Network. I would not be a happy camper. I'm glad my mom got those back for a nice price, like $9 more, and she gets all the sports packages we get. Oh, and the Maryland Terrapins. I'm a Maryland Terrapins fan, and I like to watch the football games and the basketball games, stuff like that, the softball games. And I really, really enjoy watching. What am I forgetting here? I'm also a Notre Dame fan, but they're not. They're on like NBC or something or ABC or some stuff like that. I don't know. So anyway, those are some things coming up that I'm gonna have before my doctor appointment. That's some stuff to keep me going, and I walk, 4 times a week. This week not so much, and the last 2 weeks not so much because of things we had to do and the cold weather in Florida. Yes, for us Floridians, 40s and 50s is cold. Okay, that is cold to us. So before you scoff at it, your skin gets thinner down here because of the warm weather, so it feels colder, even though it's not. So, like, 40 and 50 degree weather is like close to like feeling like it's freezing and a little above freezing. So that's what it's like to us. So I'm from Maryland. I know I was in a snow. I was standing next to a snowflake parade that my nieces were in, where it felt like it was 20 below zero. Okay, wind chill of like 20 below zero, and it was probably like 19, 20 degrees, but it felt like it was like 20 below zero. So I know cold. I know what it's like to be cold, but I've been out of the loop so long. I've been living, it's going to be 9 years this June, living down here in Southwest Florida. And my body is adapted to the warm weather. So I don't even think I could handle northern weather. I went to go pick up my sister, Karen. She lived in Maryland, and it was like, I want to say like late winter, early spring. And it was when we got up into like um the mountains of, I want to say it was like the Shenandoah Mountains in Virginia, because that's the way we came up. She lived up in Hagerstown, Maryland, so we wanted to go up the back way. And we stopped at a right on, I believe, 81 highway, the one that goes up and through the Shenandoah Valley. We stopped at a hotel up in the mountains, and when we went to bed, it wasn't all that cold. It was chilly, but like we stupidly like, we wanted the white noise. I'm like, Dad, can we keep the fan on all night? And my dad's like, okay. So we did, and we woke up totally freezing. We had colds. Our throats were sore, and we were not ready for the chilled air. And all I had was, it was like winter weather, and all I had was a hoodie and I think joggers or something. I mean, I wasn't ready for that weather. It was freezing to us. I mean, maybe to the people there it wasn't, but to us it was. So yeah, your body definitely changes to the weather. So I haven't been able to walk as much. Um, but yeah, I'm just super happy. Everything worked out at the doctor, and I'll admit I kind of freaked out a little bit, or a lot, the night before the doctor, and I don't want to get into specifics because I just don't want to. It's just know that it was bad. I freaked out big time and really pissed off my parents, and I felt really bad about it. I apologized to my dad and mom the next day, and I actually apologized to my dad that night. My mom was in bed, but it's just the way I am, man. Like I'm a really good, nice-hearted person. I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm compassionate, but I could be a little on the paranoid part of it, and I don't rationalize things as much as some people. So sometimes I freak out when I'm like that, and it's part of my condition. And I try meditation. It works. It works good. I just don't meditate enough. I should be doing it like every day, as someone on Patreon told me to do. She told me, one of the people I follow on Patreon, who she was studied to be a behavioralist in college, studied psychology. She worked with at a school for kids with autism, and she had worked the suicide hotline as well. So she I pay for her Patreon. She gets some spicy pictures and videos and stuff. Nothing too over the top. No nudity or anything. Just just some spicy stuff that for $10 you get that, and you get to DM her, and she kind of is like a mentor to me. She gives me advice and stuff like that. So I basically, I look at her like a second therapist. I think I told her that once, and she got all humble and said, "Oh, I'm not a therapist, but I look at her like that sometimes. She's very nice and helpful to me, and this past year and more than a year that I've been talking to her in DM, she has given me such good advice that I've taken, and it's helped me out a lot. I think I've grown with some of the stuff that I've been working with her and my actual therapist. And my therapist thinks it's a good thing that I talk to her, that I have an extra ear, an extra person to give information to in my ear. My mom thinks it's a good idea. She agrees with a lot of what she says. And really, I couldn't have been getting through this year without her. It's been tough. And she helped me out a lot. I don't want to give her out her name. I really don't. I don't think that would be polite, but really nice person. And anyway, so everything worked out. I wanted to do a follow up to the doctor appointment and just a little ramble about my life and what's going on and things like that. I know I've brought up my sister Catherine. We're talking in DM at least, or on Messenger or whatever you want to call it, for the phone, and that's nice that we're at least able to occasionally get back in touch with each other. I wished my nephew a happy birthday. He just last week or the week before turned 16. Very proud of him. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He really is. Things might have been stressful between us. He might have said some things. I might have said some things, but who's to say whose real fault it would be? But I would like to think that. Oh, my device. It says my device is too hot, so I'm going to turn it off right now. So anyway, let's just note that all is doing well. All is doing well on every front. And I see me and my sister and my family working things out. And the doctor went well. So talk to you guys later, and may the force be with you all.